Hey everyone, welcome back to a new Wizard101 video. This is one that has been in the back of my mind and a lot of people ask about it, and it's just something that I never just got around to thinking exactly how I want to put everything together for this video. But I just want to talk about a general, gear guide for the game. And this will probably be a 3-part series where I just go in level increments and tell you guys what I think is the best gear for certain levels. Because I know a lot of people that watch probably, are like stuck around certain areas in the game, like certain worlds, and you're looking for what the best gear you can get at those levels are. So I'm going to be talking about those. This video is going to be levels 1 to 50. So Arc 1, what's the best gear you can get, and what's the best gear that will help you to level up through that. So I try to talk about this a little bit in the walkthroughs that we do, in the life and death walkthrough right now. We kind of mention it, but not as much as I would want, so that's why I needed to make it its own video. If you are a high level wizard and you're max level 125, or even if you're like level 100 plus, this probably won't be relevant to you, but I do plan on doing videos from level 50 to 100 and then 100 to 125. So this is part 1, levels 1 through 50, starting right here with Merle Ambrose when you begin the game. And for this level, if you have a higher level wizard, the thing that I like to do immediately is try to get a pet. If you have a high level wizard and you can train a pet for that school, great, do it. That's what I did on my death wizard. You don't have to have the best pet ever, but if you got some damage on there, some resist maybe, it'll help you along the way. Maybe even accuracy if you want. So anything like that, if you can get your lower level wizard a pet to just start things off, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you have that, you'll be better off. Second thing, I know people are going to mention this, so I'm just going to mention it, but starting off, I guess the starter bundles are an option, but it's not an option that I recommend because I don't think you need it. I really don't think starter, or even are the starter, there they are. I don't think these are worth it. The only thing that might be worth it is the wand. Like this fire wand is insane, 10% damage, and you get a mount. But here's the thing, you're probably going to have enough gold to be able to buy a mount later on, and if you have a high level wizard, you can just transfer a mount. Also, the other gear, you're probably going to outgrow, I would say in at least 10 levels, probably, I don't know, maybe level 15 or so. You're going to be done with this gear, and there's going to be bizarre gear that's better than this. So you're going to outgrow it really quickly. I don't think it's worth it, but if you want to, you can do it. It's an option. So that's just where you start, and go through, the first 10 levels. You don't really need any gear for that. I think there's this gear when you hit level 5, you can get gear from the bazaar. But my go-to golden rule is every 5 levels, just check the bazaar. See what's in the bazaar for your school. Look at the school-specific gear for your level 10, level 15, 20. Every time you do that, you can check the bazaar, see if there's any gear. If you have the gold, do it. If you don't have the gold, just wait. You don't need all the best gear. But if you have a high-level wizard, you can just buy it with them and then trade it through the bank. But that's kind of my go-to when I'm leveling, is I just check the bazaar every 5 levels. That's definitely something you should do in the beginning stages. Even on the life and death walkthrough where we're level 46, 47, I still check it, even though I have some gear that I know I'm going to keep for a while. But just see what's there. There could be something good, and it could up your damage because of that. Because having good damage is really useful. So that's just kind of my golden rule right there when starting at leveling, and I still do that on some of my lower level characters. Once you get to level, I don't know, probably 80 or something, you don't need to do it. But for the early stages, really good to do that. The other things, there's a couple things from the crown shop that you could buy that'll help you early on. I recommend the heart steel, such a good a theme that you can get. And heart steel is down here, I think. Here it is. Only 260 crowns. You could get enough crowns to buy this by doing the trivia or something with the free crowns, or if they had the ads, I think you can do that. You could get this 260, and you get an extra 5% resist. And I think I still use this on my level 46 wizard because I just think it's good. It's a nice little boost for resist. There's some other things in here if you look around. There's good wands as you level up, but I don't know. I use some of these for a little bit. I know this one's really good. This is level 25. You can get a power pip. I've seen people use Ascendant Staff. This is one that's no level, so you could get an extra power pip or an extra pip early on. So these, if you want to spend crowns, you can get these. Not necessary. You can do just fine without it. It just gives you a little bit of a boost. And then, yeah, once you level up through level 10, 20, you'll probably just stick with the bazaar gear if you don't have anything else. Maybe a little bit of crown gear if you have some extra. But otherwise, you'll be fine. Now, once you get to level 25, there is a dungeon in Krokotopia called Shangri-La. And if you don't know anything about it, you should probably, just look it up, look for videos. I think I did a video a long time ago about it. But I would recommend doing that because you can do that at level 25, and you can probably get some decent gear from that. So Shangri-La is an option at level 25. You could get some gear from that. It's not necessary, but it'll give you a nice boost in XP. You can do it twice and get, full XP and then half XP the second time you do it. So that could be good. Boost for your gear if you get any gear from it. And you can go through that. So that's level 25. And you can just keep checking the bazaar as you level that way. The other thing that I didn't mention so far is that all the packs, almost all the packs, I mean, at least the later packs, especially Professor's Horde pack, these all give, I mean, maybe not Alfoy, but a lot of these give you some decent gear for every level. Professor's Horde pack, I'm pretty sure the wand is good for a lot of levels. And maybe the boots are good too. I've been opening up the Wisteria pack on my death just to hopefully get Pigsy. I haven't gotten Pigsy yet, but also I've gotten gear from it. Gear from packs is usually better than bazaar gear and just other regular gear. So you could do that if you want to spend some crowns, but it's not necessary. I'm just saying, I know people are going to mention this in the comments, but of course the pack gear, some of it is going to be better than the gear that you can get in the game. But this guide's kind of more focused on like what you can get from farming as you go along, saying you don't have crowns. So there's a lot of things for crowns that you can get that'll help you, but I feel like you can do just fine getting through it with bazaar gear and farming certain dungeons. So the first dungeon, 25, check out Shangri-La. That could get you some good gear. Next up for level 30 is Mount Olympus. This is the holy grail of gear at early levels. Once you hit 30, I highly recommend checking out Mount Olympus, getting a team together, and doing this dungeon. Because for one, you're guaranteed to get a wand that is 10% damage from Ares. That's worth it. That's a 100% drop rate every time you do it. So you'll instantly get a wand that gives you 10% damage. So that's a nice boost. And the Zeus gear is going to be better than anything you can get right now. Also, the Senator gear is decent. So you could get Senator gear from this. You could get the Zeus gear, which is the best. And I'd recommend farming this a few times. You get XP the first 2 times you do it. And this one is definitely worth farming a little bit just to try to get some gear, because the gear will go a long way. So this one is highly recommended. Level 30. Once you hit that, check out Mount Olympus. Definitely, I mean, at least grab the wand from it. See if you can get any Zeus gear, or even the Senator gear is fine. Like, I remember on the Death Walkthrough, I got some Senator gear. I think I got like 1 piece of Zeus gear, and I used it for a long time. So you can use this probably up to level 50 if you wanted to. Maybe even 60, I don't know. But you'll keep this gear for a long time. On the Death Walkthrough, I still use the Ares spear. And the only replacement for those really would be if you got a wand from a pack, because that'd probably be better. But for this level, super good. Check out Mount Olympus for level 30. The next big dungeon you can do is at level 40. Keep in mind that from 30 to 40, once you hit 35, you can also go check the bazaar again for any gear that you might be missing, because you could just get a boost from buying gear with gold in the bazaar. But once you hit 40, I recommend checking out the Buckingham Palace. This one isn't necessary for gear, but there is definitely some gear in here that will help you out. So get a group together and do this, because I don't think it's going to be that easy to solo, especially at level 40. So get a group, do Buckingham Palace. If you do it twice, you get a lot of XP for that. And it'll give you a nice boost if you get any gear. So I think there's plenty of bosses in here that actually can drop the gear. Maybe the last, I'm not really sure how gear works in this place, but definitely the last boss will give you a chance for gear. Is there chests in this one? I don't remember. There might not be. So Buckingham is a place you could farm a little bit for gear. I don't recommend staying here and trying to get every piece of gear, because it's not really worth it. You're going to be hitting level 50 and then later on 60 for a lot of gear. So this one, spend a little time but not a ton to get gear once you hit level 40 at Buckingham Palace. Okay, and for level 50, this one's kind of a weird one because it's like in between a couple of big gear upgrades. So for level 50, I don't really recommend going for anything major. Malister is an option for farming for the robe if you don't have anything else. There's also a few other people in Dragonspire that can give you gear, but I don't think it's worth farming, because after that, like, there's a lot of other places that you will want to farm for gear. So level 50, I think you can just get by with whatever gear you have left over. Even Mount Olympus gear up to level 50 is good, and any pack gear is going to be better than that too. But bazaar gear, just keep checking it. Level 45, level 50. I'm level 46 in the Death Walkthrough, and I'm just going to check the bazaar at level 50 and I'm not going to farm for anything. I'm not going to worry about that because later on there's a lot more opportunity for gear. So I think level 50 you can just kind of stick with what you have and just check for little upgrades in the bazaar. So that's basically it. I know there's probably other things that I missed, like little things here and there, but I just wanted to make a general guide showing you what to look for as you level up levels 1 through 50. That's generally in my head, like what dungeons I'm looking for, what kind of gear I want to get as I level up, and that'll help you along the way, because I don't think you need to like dwell on certain areas and, you know, farm it over and over again to get the best gear, because you'll get through it. I mean, you'll level up. If you're soloing, maybe you want to spend a little more time farming for it, because that'll help you, like that'll go a lot further than if you were, you know, with a group of people. So maybe if you're soloing, you want to farm it a little more to get better gear, but in general I feel like that will help you along the way. Next up is going to be level 50 to 100, and we'll look at the gear for that. So if this helped you guys in any way, leave a like on it, subscribe for more videos. I'm going to be doing the next 2 parts of this sometime in the future. I'm not going to wait too long, but yeah, expect those. I definitely think the levels 50 through 100 is going to be a popular one, because there's a lot of good things you can get at those levels. So that is it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.